Ever felt that knot of dread in your stomach when your computer glitches unexpectedly? Or maybe you've heard a horror story about lost business data. Well, if you're running your business on QuickBooks Desktop, that knot might just be telling you something important. Think about it, your QuickBooks files are the digital heart of your business. They hold everything: your customer lists, your sales records, your inventory details, your financial history. Losing them? That's not just an inconvenience. It could be catastrophic. Imagine coming in Monday morning, ready to tackle the week, only to find your QuickBooks files corrupted or worse, gone. How would you invoice your customers? How would you track your expenses? How would you even know who owes you money? Paints a pretty grim picture, doesn't it? The good news is this doesn't have to be your reality. Just like you wouldn't drive your car without insurance, you shouldn't run your business without a solid backup strategy for your QuickBooks Desktop files. It's your safety net, your peace of mind, and frankly, it's just good business sense. So, the real question isn't if you should back up your QuickBooks Desktop files, but how to do it effectively and consistently. That's exactly what we're diving into today. We'll walk you through the different methods, step by step, so you can choose the one that best fits your needs and ensure your valuable data is always protected. Let's start with the most straightforward method: backing up directly within QuickBooks Desktop. Intuit, the makers of QuickBooks, built in a handy feature just for this. First, open your QuickBooks Desktop application and make sure you have the company file you want to back up open. Then, navigate to the File menu in the top left corner. Click on it and you'll see a drop-down list of options. Hover your mouse over Backup Company, and another menu will pop out. Here, you'll have a couple of choices: Create Backup Copy and Create Local Backup. We're going to focus on Create Local Backup, as it gives you more control over where and how you save your backup. Once you click on Create Local Backup, you'll see a window titled Create Backup. The first section you'll encounter is Where to Save the Backup Copy. By default, QuickBooks will suggest a location, but you can change this by clicking the Browse button. It's generally a good idea to save your backup to an external hard drive, a USB flash drive, or even a different partition on your computer's hard drive, somewhere separate from your main QuickBooks data. This way, if something happens to your computer's primary storage, your backup remains safe. Next, you'll see the Local Backup options. Click on the Options button. Here, you have a few important settings to consider. The first is Complete Backup, recommended. Unless you have a very specific reason, you should always choose this option. It ensures that all your company data, templates, and related files are included in the backup. Below that, you'll find options for Data File Integrity Check. You can choose to have QuickBooks automatically verify the integrity of your backup file. This is a good practice as it helps ensure that your backup is actually usable. You can select Complete Verification for a more thorough check, although it might take a bit longer. Further down, you'll see options for Add Date and Time to the backup file name. This is highly recommended. By including a timestamp in the file name, you can easily identify the most recent backup. For example, your backup file might be named something like mycompany_2025_05_11_2103.qbb. Finally, you can set a limit the number of backup copies. This is useful if you're backing up frequently and want to prevent your backup folder from becoming too large. You can specify how many of the most recent backups you want to keep. Once you've configured your options, click OK, and then click Next on the Create Backup window. You'll be prompted to confirm the backup location and file name. Double-check these to make sure everything is correct, and then click Finish. QuickBooks will then begin the backup process. The time it takes will depend on the size of your company file. Once it's complete, you'll receive a confirmation message. Now, while backing up directly within QuickBooks is convenient, it relies on you remembering to do it regularly. And let's be honest, in the hustle and bustle of running a business, manual tasks can sometimes fall by the wayside. That's where automated backups come in. There are several ways to automate your QuickBooks Desktop backups. One option is to use QuickBooks' built-in scheduling feature. When you go to File, Backup Company, Create Backup Copy, instead of choosing Local Backup, You can select Online Backup if you subscribe to Intuit Data Protect, their cloud backup service. This offers automatic off-site backups, which is excellent for added security against local disasters like fire or theft. Alternatively, you can leverage your computer's built-in backup tools, like Windows Backup or Mac's Time Machine, to create backups of your entire hard drive, including your QuickBooks company file. To do this effectively, you first need to know the exact location where your QuickBooks company file is stored. Usually, it's in a QuickBooks folder within your Documents or Users directory. Once you know the location, you can configure your operating system's backup tool to include this folder in its regular backups. Another powerful approach is to use third-party backup software. Many excellent backup solutions are available that allow you to schedule automatic backups to local drives, network locations, or cloud storage services. These often offer more advanced features like versioning, keeping multiple past versions of your files, and encryption for added security. No matter which method you choose, consistency is key. Aim to back up your QuickBooks files at least daily, especially if you make frequent changes to your data. If your data changes less often, a weekly backup might suffice, but daily is always the safer bet. Beyond the frequency and method, where you store your backups is also crucial. As we mentioned earlier, storing backups on the same physical drive as your original QuickBooks data isn't ideal. If that drive fails, you lose both your original data and your backup. The 3-2-1 backup rule is a good principle to follow. Keep at least 3 copies of your data, 2 of which are stored on different local storage devices, and at least 1 copy offsite. This could mean backing up to an external hard drive and also to a cloud storage service. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.